What's so in the words of DMX, I think, here we go again. I'm fired. All right. That's my picture of the day. All right. You're welcome. Just kidding. I'm gonna clear my voice up. I'm gonna be drinking soda too, so I might be burping and sounding like a slob. All right. So right now I have, let's go over kind of the topics, I guess. Right now I'm currently doing a video on one of the demons for the comic book, and it got me thinking of more demons uh, for the characters to fight in said book. And because the rendering of that demon that I'm currently drawing to post a video about is kind of taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, I figured uh, I would start another video and kind of draw some of the things that um, I was thinking about for the other demons. So I also had a nightmare last night, and for a second, like it hit me again about what the nightmare was about, but kind of forgot about it. I know at one point there was a guy with like 300, not 300, it was like 700 arms somehow, and he was going around like karate chopping people, and if he hit you once, it was like hitting you 700 times, so it's like critical damage. It's almost like a Killer Instinct voice too, where he says that when it hit people, and it was like viciously real. So he was like killing people in one hit, and he was like coming at me, and it was like Killer Instinct guy in the background going critical damage. And but so as we are saying in the previous video, because I'm stitching together a video that I've been on and off about with the demon design, just rendering kind of like one of the demons that are going to be in there, which has given me like really high hopes for this comic book we're about to start. Um, and that's part of it is I wanted to draw things as they come to me and really hype myself up about this project. And so that's why we're sharing this is giving myself kind of like excuses to be excited and really sell this thing. So what we're gonna do right now, I got a couple designs in my head, and I don't know how they're gonna come out. We're probably gonna do some really loose sketches. So nothing good until my next video, which should have been this video on this slot, but the rendering is taking, like I said, it's taking a little bit. So I just want to draw. I've been drawing for the last couple hours since I got home from work. I actually skipped the gym today. Um, so back to the original train of thought is as I'm thinking of these demons and these monsters, my main idea uh, for the fight sequences was turning like kind of like weird fights, like I was saying with the Dragon Ball Z, like the Goku versus Vegeta, like Goku versus Frieza. Uh, I want a certain look to it, and to. I want the bad guys, the monsters and demons, to look strange. You know, I want to force myself into a corner essentially. And we're gonna get to that video one day when we're working on the comic. We're gonna get to the point where we're like, how do we turn this fight scene with these designs? Like, what does this look like? And that's gonna be its own video. But we gotta create those monsters. And so far, the one I have is like lanky and just strange looking. Like it doesn't look like he'd survive a street fight with like a regular guy, you know. But he's definitely strange, just messed up looking. So, um, as I was drawing him, I started thinking of other designs, and this isn't even close to what I'm doing. I'm just moving my pencil to kind of keep at it. And I got like this manga hair I've been doing lately, which I gotta stop. Just cut it out, you know. Um, but what popped in my head, yeah, I got two designs for sure that I want to get off my chest before I forget them. So this is what this is, and I'm going to start right now. So we're going to have the humanoid face, right? And I almost want this one to be kind of boyish, and I haven't done any studies on children-esque features, but that's probably why I kept drawing that weird stuff with the hair, is because what I'm thinking about here. And we're gonna have trying to pull this. This is my first time drawing this, so the whole point of this series is to kind of like we're walking through this like together, right? We're doing this from scratch, uh, for better or worse. Could look terrible. I don't care. It's about progress. So I want almost boyish features, but I want the eyeballs, like enlarged, gross eyeballs, almost like they're gonna pop, pushing out of his face, maybe like that or something, right? That way. So what I'm gonna do with this, as I'm drawing this, I'm kind of thinking of a way, like I don't want it to be too long because my next video is gonna be kind of long, but I'm also gonna speed it up while talking. This one's like a live, uh, talking and drawing at the same time. The next one's gonna be a voiceover, just because I knew it was gonna take a little while. And I'm keeping the brush. Like lately, this brush has been doing wonders for me, so like, why ruin a good thing, you know? I have this little nose here. And if you remember when I was drawing Nemesis, or I don't know if I posted that video yet, or um, when I was talking about how I kind of liked how his face was, how like there's a face almost like growing in a completely different direction on his face. That's kind of what I'm going for here, right? I know it's goofy at the moment, so I want it to be almost scary looking this one. Like the first one is goofy, and you've seen that from my last video. It's like you know. But this one, as goofy as it looks now, I want it to be like kind of horrifying. Like when you see it, you just like feel bad for the person, you know? Like, oh, it's like seeing the immediate reaction after seeing somebody like lose an appendage or something. I want that kind of feeling of just like that dread, like they're not yet understanding what's happening or what happened. There's like a shock. That's what I'm going for, like a dreadful shock. Boyish face might be not going to work out, but we're going to keep trying. Um, I almost want this in the style of, I think the only way I can pull it off is if this is in the style of a, might get the name wrong because I'm doing. plan any of this. What are they called from Hellraiser? Um, any other day I'd be able to pick, oh, one of these things, but right now I can't even stage fright, but it's almost something of the sort, like not shyness, but I almost want this to be like what they call it, a comb over on both sides, kind of like his eyes, how they're going different ways. I think that's where the bread and butter of this is going to be, is really selling these eyes. It's going to make or break it. And right now I feel like I'm failing, but that's what's going to pull it all together, to be honest. And we might play around uh, with this design to really sell it. That's also something I just realized is I don't have to. This doesn't have to be the final design. I'm usually drawing by myself, so in my head I'm like, I'm going to make this work one way or another. Just keep taking this one drawing and re-rendering it, which I might do anyways. But I don't have to because I'm sharing this and I have an excuse to try again. If this doesn't work, we can toss it and try a different design. Yeah, I still haven't done my studies. Like I said, I was going to do with a lot of this stuff, but um, like for this, for example, my study would be pulling up uh, some reference photo of a child, the age range I want his face. Not to say that his whole body's going to be, but the age range I'm thinking of for this, pulling up some reference, and then kind of like practicing why there's the youthful look, right? Like the rounded nose, puffy cheeks, and then I feel like that would help. Yeah, my leg has been cramping. I really am like it's like one of those frustrating pains. I think in my last video you kind of saw like as I was starting to have trouble with Photoshop, I started getting like really frustrated. And it's mainly just my health. It's been like right now I feel like I have to really stretch my leg. Like you ever go on a road trip and like your leg starts hurting really bad, but you're like in traffic and you just gotta stop for a good while. That's what it feels like right now. Just I cannot stretch my leg no matter how much I stretch it. It's just like this constant weird feeling trying to stretch right now. You hear strange tear push sounds. Oh, that's probably. I gotta do a couple things, but could also just make little small eyes too, if that helps. But then I have this whole like, why would it be bulging out that way if it's not? Or I can make multiple pupils too. So just, I think that's going to help as well. Because right now they're just too clean, and I think that's what's hurting it. It's like this thing's a diseased, infected creature. It's essentially like a creature of hell taking over a human body, and so like we should be seeing like a lot of just like irritation, just like obviously the body doesn't like what's happening to it, so you're gonna have all your your veins and just nasty, just gross. I do like almost having like this where the eyes would be, and then you just see like this skin stretching from it and just, ooh, I gotta not be afraid to like add in darker values too. My main thing right now. But I can't wait till I can actually like stream and I might have a way to do it. I was talking with one friend uh, today and he's advocating for me to get Twitch, and so I could like actually talk to people, him and anybody that actually watches these things included, or anybody that just stumbles upon, that's has an idea and I can bounce stuff off of, and just the fun of creating and sharing ideas, and so like doing this like I could be able to ask people like, do you like the hair or not? Should I try something different? And get an immediate reaction instead of just continuing it. And everybody's like, no, you should drop that like a couple minutes ago and tried a different idea, with the hair. So that would be good for that. That's what I'm saying. Remember to flip your canvas because you'll end up with it looking wonky. Transform, or is it? No, I did that warp. So yeah, yeah, that works. Just like a soft mouth, really. I think that helps with the youthful look. It's just like this just meek mouth. Like the infection hasn't gotten there yet, right? It's just I'm probably rendering this more than I wanted to. Initially, I wanted to like have these silhouette sketches of like I'll do one real quick. So this one, let's say, well, let's do another one, right? So we have this creature, and the silhouette was going to be like, okay, here's the shoulders, whatever, body, legs, and then huge arms or whatever, And then we go from there. We take that silhouette and create whatever we want into it. This one has like stuff coming out of his head. And I was originally going to do that with this one by making it like, where's the face? And I want these eyes to be like popping out the side of his head and stretching his face. But then he's like a regular person for the most part. So I like doing this too. I just got a text. I gotta clean my screen too. I think from sneezing over time. It's disgusting sounding, but uh, eventually it adds up. You forgot you sneezed, and then when you like changed the color, all of a sudden you're like, ew, what is that? All right, so here's one of the things I would want to ask people is like, hey, what kind of body do you think? Like, because his face is for the most part like normal, like what kind of body should this thing have? Forgot to draw ears, so throw some ears in there. All right. Let's see good now because his face is mostly normal from whatever, is that we'll have like a overgrowth of a gross monster. Or, you know what? Because I had the majority of this done, and the next one kind of has more of like the body I'm kind of trying to design for a different demon. We can probably stop here, kind of just hint at a design for this, and then jump onto the next one. So I want to get at least one more done in this video. And you know what? Let's cop out a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of art with what I'm about to do, and we're gonna fall in line with it. So it doesn't make sense, but it's gonna have lots of eyes because like if you have like gross eyes like this, you would think like, oh, like this thing would be easy to defeat, if you just poke it in the eye. Like if something had a lot of eyes staring at me, I wouldn't be scared at all because I'm like, that sucks to be you. But people seem to not like it, so we'll take advantage and do something like that. I think when it comes time to do it, um, we'll make it make more sense. Like it's not just gonna be like his whole body's covered in eyes and oh that's scary. Like we'll have a pretty cool reason to do it. And not like a cheap reason to like, oh he's the scout with the demons and he like climbs a tree and like no, we'll have like a pretty cool design, I think, in the long run where we can utilize this. And that'd be a cool challenge to kind of try to figure out why would we want to do that? All right, so it's gonna be one of the demons. Imagine this thing getting punched in the face by like a full-grown man with like mech armor. And the one I actually wanted to design, or that one was the main one I wanted to design. I said that wrong, but let's see if I can pull this off, to be honest. So bear with me because this is my initial idea and it's coming straight from my head. So, you know what? We're going to do that. We're going to give it a big neck and kind of like skinny arms. Like a big body, too. Okay. You ever seen like certain types of people in here? It's from them doing like roids, but they'll have like a huge head and huge neck, and they're like they just look fat because they're like all bloated, and or give them an Audi. And the legs I don't really care about yet, but we'll do that some other time. His hands too. That's not where his emphasis is going to be. So far the silhouette is like big body, small appendages. Um, then the main course is his his head. So I wanted to make it think. Let's see if we can do this. It's supposed to be his throat. His traps right here. And then another face. It's almost think Venom, but like his this comes out and it's another, you know what I mean? And then we'll even have like a little faint eye here. And probably for this we'd probably do like research, and I'd probably look up expressions of people like about to puke and stuff, and we'll have like really sell that in his face. So this is essentially like a double face. This is all stretched, and we'll have like monster teeth, or just meat and viscera. Like his mouth just exploded, and you know, it's just barely hanging on. It's just stretched beyond the limit. You can even move it back, like his nose is up here or something, you know. And we'll just have fun with it. So I might even turn this face more towards us. But I like this. This is my favorite part right here because I want a clean, straight edge, almost jaw, you know? And almost like how, like, not alien, but just serene this face looks right now. Like how it's almost the calm of the face, where it's like this monster's like hurting just from going through this. Then when you look at his face, it's like, I've been through worse. That eraser kind of messed up the feeling I was going for, or it exposed the lie. What do they say about art? It's a lie that reveals the truth. So maybe, you know, I don't know if you can hear my dogs in the BG, because I don't have them sitting in the room with me. I left them out in the next room. They know, they know I'm doing something, so they're barking. They just want to be known. We'll have like a really feminine face too. I like that idea of it being like kind of Oh man. We'll do something funny, or not funny, but cool with the hair when it comes time to work on this. These are just ideas that I was thinking about as I was drawing the main demon, so I wanted to get them out of my head and make sure I got them down on paper per se, you know. That way I don't forget, you know. You know what would be cool too is if it's just like it's not just like one one face regurgitating, like you can kind of start to see like other faces in here. Like there's just like the vomit was layers of other faces, you know, and they were all trying to fight to get out. Like that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that actually. I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be this character. Like when it comes time, we're gonna really. Can you imagine the render on this? Like, oh, disgusting. So cool. Yeah, and you just fill it in. Or I think one of my goals, I should add this to the notepad. One of my goals is to maybe dress these creatures for this comic. Usually they're not dressed for the occasion, so I think that's something I want to do different this time in this issue. Just to change it up and kind of challenge myself to like accessorize. So you know what would be funny is if he has like really skinny or she or whatever, I don't know, really skinny legs too, in the way that would move, you know. Like that's one thing I want to do in this book too is try to accentuate the way they move around a little bit more. Uh, have fun with it, you know. If I can pull off how these things move, that would that'd be cool. Should have come up with names for all these things too, to be honest. But it's not like something's going to call them by their name. So that's one of the things I pride myself in on my comic books is like I try not to be like just doing stuff because like that's it. Like just doing stuff because, you know, like how people put certain characters in the story because like, oh, that's usually what you do, or because this character looks a certain way, they have to they have to be the like the stereotype, you know. And the cool part is when you like study film and stuff, usually movies and media that do stuff like that tend to like get a lot of praise. So like what I'm talking about is like remember in Reservoir Dogs and like they weren't just sitting around planning the heist. They're like talking to each other about like what they would probably actually talk about in real life instead of just following the script, you know? That's what I'm thinking about. All right. This thing would be pretty cool. Rendering it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe when I'm all done with this stuff and like, it would be cool actually. But like an ear, but like the ear is kind of like, instead of drawing it like I usually do, we can almost see the back of the ear because the way the head's turning. So I don't know if I got that across. And I kind of want maybe, what that arrow is there? Why don't you guys tell me? It's like ruining my design. But maybe like one or two like little braids would be cool. It's hanging down, right? I'm not gonna lie, like this is really cool to me. Like I really like uh this design. Like I feel like this would be really creepy. I feel like I did it, you guys. Now it's time to take my place in Valhalla. I'm messing it up right now because there's not enough pixels and it's really washing it. But I also really like the way where this went, to be honest. Like it would be even better if I got to if I played around with this more and lost the design. I'm not gonna do that because I want to keep this design and made this like turn more towards us, right? So it just comes over, put some like right at us, kind of turns to where we almost see the eyeball. And that's why I'm not doing this because I'm like I like the angle and the curve of the forehead and like I like the way this looks as is without doing what I'm doing now and ruining it. You know what I mean? Although that's not bad. I kind of like that. And the hair's like just up here. One down there, there. Got the body back here. And we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to play with depth. And that's gonna be one of the studies we're gonna do during the comic book. So like if I had my notepad right now, I would write that down. It's like figure out how to come up with like a cool scene. I mean, cool scenes is in the notepad. So how do we show this thing in a cool way? You know what I mean? Yeah, I kind of like this. It's almost like a Cruella de Vil uh, esque feeling. For me, so I'm thinking with the face. I like that face too, so now I don't want to mess with it. Uh, so I don't know. We'll call this. Oh no, Bobby. Right. This one will be like and lie. No, I don't know. I don't know what to name this one yet. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna just keep working on it now. Like I might just end up rendering this. This is this is why you draw. It's falling in love with the process and let letting these things tell you their stories and wanting to hear it. Let's say Latoya, but I think that's pretty cool though. I really like this. I like how it turned out, and I like the direction. I feel like this demon monster thing would take the story and kind of like really uh, challenge me to come up with a way to show it in action, what it looks like in. Because it's one thing to have a scary monster and like it looks cool and like, but then for it to be functional and like look like it makes sense in the world. Like it's scary because of this reason. It's just not looks, you know what I mean? And I feel like if you can pull that off, especially with this thing, then like this might be iconic, you know? Like people might be like, "Oh man, you remember that one monster from that one thing?" And that'd be this. All right. I'm falling in love with this thing, so I'm gonna have to cut it out and stop the video here. So I um hope this helps. The main thing, the main reason we did this is to is to how do I say it? I'm 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 looking at the picture still, so oh, that's so cool. I like that a lot. Um, the main thing is to come up with cool things for a comic book, push the comic book, so inspire yourself to make the comic book and the story, and coming up with these monsters is something that helps me. So usually I do it in the spur of the moment. Sometimes I plan for them. These were more planned because I was just as I was drawing the other one, I just kept thinking of like what would be a cool design, you know. So uh, that's why I did it, and yeah, I hope it helps. I hope you get a chance to do something like this too, come up with a story and to say, hey, this is these the character's going to come into conflict with these things, and like how can I show them, you know, and then just have fun, come up with your own designs and go from there. So thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you on the next one, and until then.